Welcome, Rocket Trailer Racers, to this very first rider briefing in a post-COVID world. Very different to standing in front of big crowds. But hey, we gotta roll with the punches and play the game as long as it's necessary to be able to bring you the races that you love and we love bringing to you. There's a lot of changes to how we usually run the event. So please read the entire rider briefing or listen to this entire video. Even if you are a regular, a lot of things will be new and will be changed. And so first off, I want to start with me asking for your help. We're going to be one of the first mountain bike events back running post-COVID globally. So as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of eyes on us, on you, on everybody here. So really, we need to be seen and need to do the right things when it comes to all the social distancing rules, all the things that we put in place. We really need you to work hard with us to make sure, okay, racing's important, we want to do this, but we need to do this with these new rules in place. If that doesn't work, we're going to be shut down so quickly that this is going to be the only event of the season. We really don't want that. So please help us with that. All right. There's also going to be a whole lot of new rules, and some of them will sound pretty harsh. But hey, we only had to look at what's happening in Victoria right now. I was actually putting that rider briefing together while watching the New South Wales Premier speak and giving us sort of the latest what's happening in New South Wales. Luckily, there's no changes to the gathering laws at the moment, so we can go ahead with this weekend. But boy, we're in for a wild ride this season. And as I said, we're going to roll with the punches, but if you guys are helping us doing that, I don't see a problem with it. And we're in a great outdoor environment here at the Awaba State Forest. And if there's a good place to be, it is right here outdoors with friends, socially distanced. Okay, let's run through the first few new things. We're having 200 people on each day come do the race. And if one of the following applies, please contact us. We're happy to give you a refund or transfer the entry, but you will not be allowed to participate. That is, if you have been in the area of Greater Melbourne in the last 2 weeks before the event. If you currently are in Victoria, the borders are shut anyway, but if you are there, please let us know. We can transfer a refund. If you live in the New South Wales Victoria border community, so Albury, Wodonga and a few others, please let us know. You cannot come to the race. We're very sorry about that. I don't think this applies to a lot of people anyway, but still, I want to make sure that we mention this. If you're showing even the slightest signs of a cold or a flu coming on, please do not come. If you have even the slightest fever, high temperature, measure it in the morning, you have that, do not come. We actually have our first aiders. They're going to be trained. We're going to look out for everybody showing signs of the cold or the flu. We're going to get them tested. And if you have that, we will send you home. So there's not even a debate or a question or if or then. Please, this is a very, very, very big question, big ask from us to really adhere to those things. All right. We split the field in two. That means we have 200 people race on Saturday and 200 people race on Sunday. We obviously can't or don't want to have everybody together at the same time. So if you're racing Saturday, you can arrive on a Friday. But after the race, after you finished on Saturday, please leave the event area and do not hang around on the Sunday. And if you're racing on the Sunday, you can come anytime after 4 p.m. on the Saturday. That is when majority of the field will have gone home from the Saturday. You can come, set up. If you want to camp, you can camp on the Saturday. But please, if you're racing Sunday, don't come before 4 p.m. on the Saturday. I'm going to run you now what's going to happen as you arrive. So you're going to drive in. If you know Awaba, there's usually on the left-hand side, we have the event center and a bit of car parking. On the right-hand side is sort of the majority of the car parking and the camping. The left-hand side is going to be just event center. So we're going to space everything out very big. So no cars in there allowed other than event supporters and helpers and sponsors. Everybody else on the right-hand side, we all have the downhill overflow car park as well. So there's plenty of car park for everybody. But the left-hand side is going to be event center only. Park your car, head over to the registration tent. We'll mark a line, like wherever you see a queue, we need to make sure that we have not just people huddling together, but a more or less orderly queue in one line of one, behind each other waiting for that to happen. We're going to spread you out. So the schedule is as follows. From 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 p.m., you can pick up your number plates to race. So we don't want everybody there in the morning right away. Spread it out. It will naturally spread out a little bit. Some people like to get up early. Others, to be honest, if you wait a little bit, especially on the Saturday, the track's going to come good in the afternoon. So waiting a little bit, rocking up at 10, 11, maybe even 12, it's going to give you plenty of time to get your runs in. And that just means everybody's already spread out a little bit, and we don't have that initial mass of people all at the same spot. So this is obviously something we want to avoid with everything that we're doing. So yeah, you come to the registration, you get your number plate there, in a drink bottle or a Red Bull can, and then and your cable ties, obviously. You put this number plate, I have my props here. There's the number plate, you haven't seen it before, has a chip on the back. Very important, put this number plate on your bike up here. This is the perfect hole or holes to put it on your grips, on the bar, handlebar, thank you. And put it on nicely flat like this. Don't start folding it, because this chip is the one that takes your time. So if that is sort of scrunched up, folded around like this, sometimes they do not work. If you put them on like this, nice and flat, they work 99.99% of the time. If you are a supporter, this is very new. Everybody coming to the event will get, who's not a racer, will get one of these with a lanyard. Again, same tag is on the back. We will track you with this, and everybody needs to be registered. So if you come to the event, even just to take a bunch of pictures or support your friends and family, please come and see us. You need to leave your name and number with us, and you get one of those passes, and you need to wear them at all times when you're rolling out and about. From there on, we have the daily espressos out at the event center. So they're gonna feed you, which is great. We have mechanics there as well. All it's gonna be a bit spread out, and sort of be mindful when there's a lot of people there. Please start to walk slowly, line them at the back, so we never have those huddled masses around. All right, so you got your number plate, put it on your bike, ready to rock and roll. What's next? We have 3 tracks available for you. You ride to all of them, so there's no shuttling. On one of the tracks, please be aware that you're actually out on Mount Volk Road, getting to the start of this track. It is a relatively short, relatively nasty climb on a very, very big fire road. There are cars on this fire road. It is a public road, so expect cars out there. So please don't be across the road. On the left-hand side, 99% of drivers are really nice, and the odd one is sort of the one who hates bicycles. So those are the ones we need to watch out for. Again, if you stay on the left-hand side and obey the road rules, it's not going to be a problem getting up there. Your last run is at 3:30. So at 3:30, you need to be at the start line of the final racetrack. You got 5 runs per track, and the fastest run counts. So that means we got rid of the practice. We don't have practice anymore. From 9 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have all tracks ready to go, and you can do your race runs until 3:30. This is when the last run can commence at the start. Speaking of the starts, you will come there. Sometimes there will be people, of course. And what we're asking you is to use your bike as an automatic measure of this 1.5 meters or 2 meters that we want you to keep distance between your fellow riders. So if you're lining up with your bike and you leave a bike length between the person in front of you and a bike length behind you, automatically there's going to be social distancing happening right there and there. So that's what we want you to see. Please don't huddle up. Make it a nice long queue in front of that. There's one section actually where you're going to cross the racetrack. Especially there, it's very important that you leave a big gap between the racetrack, because what I think is going to happen, or what I want to happen, is the friendly banter, the heckling to riders out on track. But if you start heckling, if you start shouting, if you get excited, automatically you spit a little bit. So be very mindful of this. Don't make sure that we have at least 4 meters to the racetrack. If someone's way over there and a shot, go, ride, race, you. Not a problem. If you're doing this in front of me, there's the chance of little droplets being formed, and this is something we definitely need to avoid. Same thing goes for Snot Rockets. So if you're racing, if there's people around, the whole, cleaning up the airwaves to get ready for the race. Make sure you do this far away from other people. Please do it, but walk 10 meters to a tree. Do it there and then come back. Likewise as our rider briefing right now, our winner celebration will also be done virtual. So we're not going to have this everybody together. It's going to be presented online. The results, as always, will be available throughout the day live. So you can choose, grab your phone. We obviously can't have shared computers where you can look up results. So please have your phone either in your pocket or leave it at your car. Come back, check the results there. They're on the website. And then on Sunday night, as soon as the last racers have finished their race runs, we can have, we know who won. So the plan is to have both results for each individual day, but the winner of the first round of the Fox Superflow sealed by stands is going to be the fastest time of the entire weekend. When it comes to water, please also bring yourself. So we looked at everything. What are the so-called touch points? And we tried to reduce them as much as possible. So one of them is the shared water canisters. Usually not a problem. We have 100, 200 liters of water there. We can grab it. So we can't do this right now because obviously we can't have those shared canisters. So please just bring your own drinking water. If you chuck a few bottles in the car, usually that's going to be enough, and that should solve all those problems for you. When it comes to rubbish, again, something that we changed. We're actually going to do it ourselves. So probably in the past, you would have seen a big skip somewhere. Now we're having a recycling bin and a regular bin. So please either take the rubbish back with you in your car or just chuck it in one of those correct bins. You will find them in the event center near the registration tent. The toilets, we got the 2 permanent toilets in Awaba, so please feel free to use those. We're going to clean them throughout the day as much as possible. But yeah, they're very relatively big, well-aerated toilets. So we decided to stick to them rather than get porta loose for this occasion. Of course, we're going to have sanitizers, hand washing stations. We're going to have that available at the event center. Please wear your cycling gloves if you can when you pick up the number plates. Again, this would be a great way to reduce the touching points. Again, you will be at the registration. Whenever we give you something, it's going to be placed on the table. You go in and grab it from the table. If you can wear your cycling gloves there, that would be greatly appreciated. One other good thing that we're doing ourselves is the COVID Safe app. So we recommend the use of this app. If you come, that'd be great. And as far as I know, Juliana, line, I always ask my team, never forgotten anything. Busy behind the camera rather than standing there. I think that's it. We're going to announce probably a little bit more if we've forgotten something. Keep an eye out on the website, on our blogs. As always, we're going to keep pushing out this information through this channel as quickly as we can. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting us through this hard, challenging, and crazy times. And when we started, we didn't know which way this is going. Now we're, I don't know, let's call it halfway through this, and we still don't know exactly where this is going, but we know that we have the best customers, the best friends, the best Rocky Trail family out there, which supports us through all this, which keeps us going, which makes us come up with all these crazy plans in order to give you the races that we love. And the fact that we're going to have a full house this weekend absolutely shows that with your support we can do this, and we can push through this, and we can make this bigger and better. And I look really, really forward to seeing you on the weekend. Don't call me rude if I'm not going to come near anybody. I'm not going to shake any hands or hug or do any of that. There's going to be a lot of waving from us, from the team. So please understand, we don't want to shake 400 people's hands. That's a silly idea right now. But know that we give you a virtual big hug from all of us. All right, with that, I conclude the riders briefing. Thank you very much for paying attention to this long video, and I'll see you on the weekend. Whoop!